What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's Top 3. This is a very special edition here, what we like to call the Shima Edition. And as you can see, we have a very special guest with us this week. Jackson Robinson, the man, the myth, the legend, is going to be running through the top 3 decks with us this week for a very special reason. You'll just have to stick around to number 1 to find out why. Guys, I'm excited for this week. It is an exciting one. We've getting a lot of requests for some shiny decks, some Shima here.
Shima Deckin Around.
We are here to deliver. We are here to deliver.
The Shima.
Oh my gosh. But with that said, I'm going to tell you right now, we have some exciting stuff in store. As always, we're going to be giving away some decks live tonight as well. We have
giving away some decks tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the musical accompaniment tonight, man. I gotta say. So we got some fun, full V2 wrapping paper mystery decks that are gonna be going out here. We got 2 of them where we're gonna toss them out tonight. So for everyone watching, make sure to stick around, and we're gonna actually be trying something new tonight. If you go into the chat and you type !raffle. Once I tell you to, it's going to give you an entry into the upcoming raffle here, which I got to remember to start up here. But with that in mind, hopefully that's going to give everyone a better chance, so we're not just me scrolling here blindly, pressing buttons. We'll see how that goes. We ready to jump into this here?
Speaking of pressing buttons, hit the like button right now or you're a loser. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for that, Jackson. Let's jump on into it. So I got to say, Shima Edition is going to be a fun one here because we have some really interesting decks with varying levels of Shima. But I think the one thing we kind of coincidentally did this week is all of these decks are at a similar price point, which I think works great because it shows you what you can get from a similar price point on the Shima scale, we'll call it.
Scale, yeah.
Now that I said that out loud, I kind of wish I had created a graphic where it just like shot up and it's like 10 out of 10. But
we need to make a Shima, some type of Shima graphic or something.
We could figure something out for sure.
Yeah.
So coming in at number 3 this week, Steve, why don't you tell us what our first deck is?
Number 3 is the Kingdom playing cards by Arc playing cards. It is printed by TCC in Taiwan. It is a print run of 1,000 and it retails for $25.
Boom.
Dude, I gotta say, this is an absolutely gorgeous deck, really something fun, and we always love to see what Arc brings to the table because they are really known for the innovative design that they bring to their tuck boxes. They've really always been trying to push that whole aspect, It's always great to have Jackson on too because he's a big innovator in the tuck box world, but in just kind of different aspects of it. If anyone hasn't seen the teaser from Arc recently, they have now a pop-up tuck box coming down the way.
Dude, the time machine tuck box.
Are you raising your hand there to ask a question?
I don't want to interrupt you.
You can interrupt.
What was that? Arc was they make the bougie like card college. That
yes,
was them, right?
Yep, they made the card college.
Yep. Pretty dope.
The tempo, the tempo, and they're just making crazy.
The tempo
stuff.
one with the reminisce was it?
No,
I think
I'm talking about the Tempo Labs,
the Tempo Labs
one.
Oh, that's
where
cool.
You press the button and the deck
crazy
pops up.
One.
Whoa, watch out.
Look at that. Oh boy. Oh, 100,000 in research right there.
Right there. Oh my gosh, man. Well, we ready to check this thing out?
We are.
Let's do it.
Jackson? This is your first top 3 with us.
Yeah.
So this deck this tuck is super cool. It definitely is innovative in moving forward with Arc. It has this kind of outer sleeve which allows the tuck underneath to peek through a little bit.
I like that metallic paper. It's nice.
Yeah, it's like a pearlescent pearlescent pearl.
Pearlescent, yeah.
It's pearl color too. Super intricate tuck box. It has really nice metallic green ink and silver ink on it, and embossed sides. The Kingdom playing cards. As you see, the little seal on the bottom.
I like that. That's nice.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, I like the extra layers that the seal adds on the bottom.
Yeah, and it has really pretty inside green foiling as well.
Yeah, that inner tuck foiling looked beautiful there. It really complements the deck.
Yeah, it's super intricate.
I like that drop shadow on that thing. It creates a nice on the back design. It creates a nice little depth to that little window in the middle.
Yeah, it kind of makes it look 3D, right?
Yeah.
Handles really beautifully. They're stock, dude. Stepping up the game for sure. It feels wonderful. Nice
And you
and
said this
buttery.
was TCC. What's it?
Yeah,
Well,
TCC is the
yes.
parent brand, but they go by ARC for this one, or sometimes United
Gotcha.
playing cards as well.
Yeah. And this has a double backer, as you can see.
Okay.
And the 2 jokers, which are not matching. You have a blue and
Cool.
a red.
I can
Kind
are
of cool
fancy.
keys.
That's
and
cool.
Tyler.
Super fancy.
Yeah, super fancy. And all the aces are humongous.
That's
Nice.
cool. They're flipping around the indices. That's gonna that may trickle up somebody.
Yeah. And the detail in it is really cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, it's cool. That's cool.
Court cards, all about royalty. But you know, I'm so stuck on seeing more of the body. I was kind of thrown back a little bit when I was looking at the court cards, you know.
You wanted to see more body, or you wanted to see less
I
body?
want to see a little bit more body. I'm really a big fan of just atomically correct.
You want full body shots on these?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, definitely. But I think it's really cool because they're definitely you know, real looking.
Yeah.
They're not cartoony or anything like that. So I thought that was really cool. You
And
can
are they
see a
all
lot of
profile like that? That's
it's a lot of detail in the hair, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, hair sucks for sure to draw.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's interesting. I like their kind of non-traditional indices setups.
Yeah, and I think I think it really fits with the deck. You know, sometimes you see some indices that
was cool.
stray a little bit, but it looks really nice.
Yeah,
You know, it's really interesting.
I do like the extra detail and effort that they put on all the indices.
Yeah, those aces are so pretty too.
Yeah, I'm starting to like more and more doing every ace like a power ace, and that's good to see that they did that with this one. That they kind of made everyone a power ace.
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like an amulet that, like a necklace type thing that
Yeah.
maybe royalty would wear if you're living in a castle.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah,
big,
like-
huge amulets.
I had a dream last night that I was royalty and I lived in a big castle and I wore an amulet.
Dude, I love that. That is too funny.
Nice. It's a pretty deck, though. I think they
It's nice.
totally crushed it. They had another edition that for the court cards they had cats, and obviously, as you know, I didn't pick that one.
They had cats?
It was cats as the court cards. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. It was
The
the King
same-
Hood. It was the King
same
Hood
deck?
one. Same deck.
But cats.
I would not be a big fan of the cats one. I think for me that's a little bit strange with considering what they were looking to do there. So
Not a big fan of cats, anyways.
you know what?
many of them.
I like cats, but like it just seems so out of place when you're looking at like knighthood. I mean, the deck series was called Kingdom and Knighthood,
King
right?
Hood.
Kinghood, yeah. So
But the King Hood deck was a little bit different, and that's the one that had the cats in it.
Interesting.
and so as everyone in the chat can see, the raffle is now live. So make sure to drop that exclamation raffle in the chat. You will get a ticket for the raffle that's going to be happening at the end of the show for one of these amazing V2 mystery decks. So everyone, good luck.
Also,
Ready?
there's 20 people watching and only 14 punks that have hit the like button. So you need to hit the like button if you're one of those 6 people that haven't hit the like button.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things about having Jackson on is he is always on top of
Yeah.
the like count. And
I
that's
will
good
roll off the
because
roof.
someone's got to be.
I will roll off the
Yeah.
roof in the dark with the crowbar if you don't hit the like button.
You don't need a crowbar. You have 2 swords behind you.
I got 3. You just can't see this, and that's a tomahawk right there. Wait, there it is.
Oh, I see it now. I see it.
Can't take the boy out of Texas, right?
No, you can't take the boy out of this. That's
I
for
love
sure.
it.
Dude,
I absolutely love
so
it.
Number 3 was awesome. What do you got coming in at number 2?
Deuce.
But I gotta say, number 2 is a really exciting one here. Number 2 is this is an interesting one because there's 2 versions of this one, and we went for the more common one. And I think a lot of people out there, you know, it's sometimes nice to show off some of the more fancy ones, but we want to go with the deck that everyone had a chance to get their hands on. And so coming in at number 2 this week, we have the Moresque deck from Oath Playing Cards, aka Lautrec. Now, this is obviously printed by Oath. It's part of an unspecified print run. And the retail on this was right around that $23, $25 mark. I think it retailed at the time for about 20 euros. This thing, man, is gorgeous. I always love a good Lautrec deck. I love the green. Can't go wrong with a really nice pearlescent green there. Very similar to what we saw with Kingdom in the style of that, you know, colorway and the metallic-y kind of pearlescent stock.
Yeah. And this metallic ink that he used is like a new metallic ink.
Yeah.
And it kind of comes off as foil, which was really cool. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Super
It had
expensive.
a nice vibe to it. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
the deck, I have to say. You ready
Yeah,
to check this?
Lautrec does a great job of using the subtlety of colors.
Yes.
Especially with sprinkling in the the woofle dust of sparkly metallic inks, which makes it look
Woofle
awesome.
dust.
That's a technical term. That's
Man.
that new ink you're talking about, the woofle dust ink.
The woofle dust. I gotta say, man, that woofle dust is hard to get your hands on sometimes too. That's
It
a
is.
rarity.
It is.
Yeah.
But
That's why Jackson has a tomahawk behind him.
Yeah.
he's got to fight for the woofle dust.
Gotta fight for that woofle dust.
Oh my god, man! We ready to check this thing out here?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So as you can see with the Moresque deck here, a beautiful tuck design across the board. Some really nice, intricate embossing across everything on there. And then I actually really like the cutout that they had made for the tuck flap there as well. It's a little bit differently styled. Nice standard Oath playing cards, ad copy on the bottom. No interior foiling on this one, but that pearlescent green paper just really popped. And then you have this kind of back design here, which I have to say is really intricate. The one thing that stands out to me on this one reminds me of like an old school kind of like a Oriental rug or like a Moroccan rug, which I like that style, but it kind of gives off traditional vibes, you know, very old world, very fun. And I think that fits the Oath brand there as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing that I think anyone who's been a longtime fan of Lautrec can tell you is not all of his decks used to fan like that. So it's really nice to see decks that actually come from him that are handling really well.
Yeah, handles beautifully.
Really intricate ace of spades there. And then one thing that I do like about this deck, all of the cards themselves have really kind of deep, intricate back designs. It's not just a white background with the pips in the center there. You have that stylized border around the whole thing. And then very kind of I don't want to say standard quartz, but very Lautrec style quartz there. You know, he has a facial expression that he runs with on a lot of his quartz. And I think he carries it through with this really nicely. Some beautiful metallic ink on those fronts though.
Love those subtle patterns he puts back in the background. And he does a great job of just the faces are so hard to do. And you know, so many faces out there on court cards are just, you know, I mean, that might as well be cats.
Yeah.
Sorry. But he does a great job. And like, even like those cards right there, just the subtle kind of patterns he puts in the background just adds a layer of just, you know, that woofle dust we were talking about.
Yeah. The one thing, and I mean, he even mentioned it. The one thing is, you know, a few of the indices are a little bit hard to read.
Yes, and that was a big thing I think for me as well with this one is that when you take a look at the indices, they're a little bit difficult. But you know what though, it also has that artistic flair to it. So I think it's kind of a trade-off where it fits the style of the deck itself, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily make it very playable. I don't know if though he really goes for that playability aspect of his deck. So it's not necessarily a loss, especially if you're really into this for collecting. But if you're looking for your next poker night deck, I think that $25-ish price point probably puts it at a range anyway, but those indices for sure push it out there.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're easy enough to tell what they are. They're not like so unreadable.
Yeah, I think it's just because from a visual standpoint, his indices are about the same value as his background. So
yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, but I do love the style he went with the fonts though. The fonts themselves really are cool. Like I could see that being on like a reproduction scroll of something, you know?
Yeah,
that paper looks nice.
Yeah, beautiful. It really does. I think
I just want to pet it. I just want to go. Nice.
Well, and the interesting thing about it too is, you know, I think something we've seen with all of the decks so far today is just that innovative aspect, just in different ways. You know, Arc obviously talking about that earlier.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, Laura. We appreciate the support.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you.
I really think that one of the things we mentioned earlier with Arc is that Arc's always looking for ways to innovate their tuck, and they're very eye-catching and they're very mechanical, which is really cool. Lautrec, on the other hand, is also always looking to innovate his printing. And I think being someone who's really into printing itself, he instead goes that direction of new papers, interesting inks, other things like that, where he can more experiment on the technical level versus the mechanical aspects of the tuck themselves.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, and also he's built such a good reputation with that he has the freedom to explore a lot of different things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know, so I think that's a huge thing too, as well, that, you know, that is what I wanted to talk about. That's what I wanted to say. So sorry.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree.
His, you know, I guess luxury / patron edition of that, his tuck is next level too. So it's definitely fun to see how he plays with the same deck, just totally different tucks.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing about that though, too, is like, while It makes sense that he has the two versions because he's looking to do something for his Patreon. This was something that he also brought to the table for everyone to check out, which I thought was a big
Yeah.
thing. A lot of times what we can see with Patreon, there's always that possibility of this is a Patreon exclusive deck where no one else will be able to get it. And it creates that I don't want to say unnecessary, but it creates that rarity that always makes people pay ridiculous amounts of money for it. People already pay a lot of money for a Lautrec deck and will deserve because he's an amazing artist. But at the end of the day, releasing that to the public in a less fancy style because it's not solid gold colored, it's green, and at a reasonable price point, really shows that he's trying to get decks out to the masses.
Yeah, for sure.
I see you. Happy birthdays in here. Lior, happy birthday,
Lior,
man.
Yes.
We are so excited that you made it out to share your birthday with us.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're here with us, but we appreciate it. So
Leo's one of the DEL crews.
He is, man. We love
He's
Lior.
awesome.
He's always popping in here as well. But I gotta say, Lior and everyone out there, if you haven't already, hit that exclamation raffle button so you can get in on today's mystery deck giveaway. And while you're at it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as
Hit
well.
The like button. What are you doing? Why are you waiting around?
If you haven't liked it yet, you're missing out. That's no question about it there. So I gotta say, man, I'm really excited for this next one, Steve. I think you're
I'm
probably
really
excited for it too, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the next deck's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
You know what? It is definitely going to be an awesome deck. I think this is a long anticipated deck too. We've been waiting for this one to drop for a while. I think Steve and I have been waiting for this one to finish its fulfillment for a long time as well. So this is a beautiful deck. But I think before we jump into that, we are going to be finishing up our comment giveaway from last week's video. And as everyone knows, we like to give everyone a fair shot on these. That's why we put this raffle system in place. But not everyone can make it out for these lives. So what we like to do is after the live ends, everyone who comments on the video has a chance to win another mystery deck. I don't think we called out a mystery deck last week to give away, so that's fine. Someone else is going to win one of these V2 mystery decks here. So what you need to do after the video is drop a comment down below. Tell us what your favorite deck is going to be. Out of the three, you're going to have to find out what number one is. That may be your favorite, but we get to announce this week's comment winner from last week's video. You ready for it, Steve?
Hey, Mom. Hi. Janice is in the house. How to say hi?
What's up, Janice?
Hello, Janice. How you doing tonight?
All right. Sorry, Tyler. Go ahead. Bud.
All right.
I
So
sent her a signed deck. I
know. I haven't sent it to her yet, but we have it. I showed her the picture. She's super excited. She'll get it now.
Okay.
So the funny thing about this week's comment winner, this is kind of a dig at us because last week we were having a really tough time pronouncing words. And their comment was, I would love to see you try and pronounce my name.
Uh-oh.
And coincidentally, they happen to win this week's giveaway.
No.
I'm just not gonna, I don't even know how to do it. So I'm gonna let Steve announce the winner this week while I press the button here. So this week's top comment winner is
Liz.
There you go.
Lickers.
Yes, that was mine too. I was like, lick.
Licks.
You know what? But I also thought maybe it's like, sometimes Z's can sound like sh in certain languages. So maybe it's like lick.
I think it's licks.
All right. So not only, see, there you go. Try to pronounce my nick. Honestly, I should have known when I saw that comment originally that was going to be the one that won. But congratulations to Licksh. Let us know not only how to pronounce your name correctly, but send us an email to show@deckinaround.com with your address, and we will get this.
To type out the phonetic way to say it.
I know. So what we've actually had people done in the past is we have them record them saying it and email it to us along with their address. But make sure to send your address to show@deckinaround.com, and we will be sending this fun mystery deck your way ASAP. So congratulations to Licksh, or however you may say it. I probably should have Googled it ahead of time.
It's
Here you go. It's Lickz.
No, it's
Slim Shady. Oh my God, I absolutely love it. But with that in mind, everyone, if you haven't done it already, exclamation raffle in the chat gets you a chance to win another mystery deck this week. And what we're going to do now is announce the number one deck. Are we ready for this?
Number one.
Are we ready for this? This is a really exciting one. Jackson is super excited.
You got to do the other side, bro. Now you're going to be all uneven.
Oh my gosh. This is some epic stuff here. We ready?
I've never seen a Tennessee a Tennessee man do the running man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I am ready for this one. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Coming in at number 1 this weekend, I will tell you there is zero bias in this. This hands down wins the number 1 one. Hence why Jackson is on to give us some nice feedback on the deck. So Steve's sitting out of it. Number 1 this week is the Visions Past Edition playing card, or Present Edition playing cards. As all the noise comes through, this deck is printed by Cardists on their B9 Slimline stock. It is part of a 1,000 deck print run, Steve.
You got it.
All right, and retails for $25. So I gotta say, cool thing about all these decks this week, they're all sitting around that $25 price point, and you get to see the different levels of shimmer here. And I have to say, this deck shimmers through and through. You ready to check this thing out?
Thank you.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's do it. Get your shades on, girls and boys. This is the Visions deck. This deck shimmers so much that it'll blind you and your mother. Nice black, deep tuck case with, double foil. It's got a nice subtle dark foil with a, blind your face holographic foil. Nice details, crisp foiling on that hot press foiling. Look at that. Look at that. Wonders Vision. Oh yeah, open that up. Nice and slow. Look at that. Look at those little tiny details in that rim foil. Look at that. Look at the inside of that. Look at that registration on that border. You might as well, tiptoe the line because you can't get any smaller borders than that. Really, not even a bit. And I looked at this deck too. I got this deck right in my hands because I just got my delivery. And I love that subtle background, those subtle dots in the background of the foiling. And I was driving down the road and I opened this up on the road and I opened it up and I made a guy in the other lane go off the rail, wreck because it was so shiny and it shimmered so much. Look at that Joker.
Look
Great
at that
Joker.
diptych. Gorgeous.
I think it's an awesome job of like using. We've got yeah. Oh, that's the way it goes. I had it backwards. Oops, sorry.
Oh no, it goes both ways. That's the cool thing about it.
Look at that! I didn't even know that. That's amazing. It just blew my mind again. I love the way that they use the different overlays of the color on the foil. It's very nice, very nice. I like the cardstock. It's very soft. It makes it might as well be put in a bottle and call it a lotion because it makes my hands feel nice when it's in my hands. I love that little pinstripe, the pinstripe of foiling around the indices and stuff. Look at that guy. Look at him looking at that bird. He's like, hey, this is a really sweet deck. You should buy it. I like those indices and the fonts that they used. Yeah, I mean it's Carta money. They're gonna print it. They're gonna print a really good job. And I love these power races. Like I said before, I like it when they go above and beyond and do the power races. I like those little arrows. It's a nice little, it's a nice little touch. I love it when we have like the different values of color, when it's not just like one foil color, but like when you're putting the overlapping colors on the foil and stuff. It's real nice. It's real nice. And I'm glad y'all chose to like keep the background white. And not print a texture, all these yahoos that print a texture on it. Wait, that's like basically every deck that I do. Oh, sorry. But it looks good. The faces are nice. They're, and all the little doodads, like that guy's quill in his hand and the stuff like that. That's all really nice. It's a very elegant, sweet deck. I also like the kind of archaic feel to it, just like with the iconography and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that spider on his shoulder. That's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that. This is a cool thing. I like that girl looking in the mirror. I've got some old Russian decks where there's this lady that's looking in the mirror, and that's what it reminded me of. Nice. It's a great deck. I love that red. Man, people can go wrong so easily with choosing a red color. And I think you guys chose a really nice red color for this. Nice. So is that like an extra card with the little saying on it, little quotes?
Little quotes
to get you up in the morning. And then I like this. What was this? Oh, this like a little key for all the stuff that's on the cards, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. You know what? It's about storytelling. People like stories. If you create a deck that doesn't have a storytelling, nobody likes that crap. Don't create a deck that doesn't have a story. And I like that. I think that that's a good way to go above and beyond to like keep telling the story that's in your deck, because that's that's going to be that key card is going to be something that people open back up. It's like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's the spider mean? Oh, let's look deeper into that. So
I couldn't agree more. I mean, looking at all of the little elements.
Yeah, thanks a lot for talking, Tyler.
Hey, listen, you were on a roll there, man. I wanted to let you do your thing.
I was trying to do my best because you guys.
No, you did a great job. You ran with it. I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed here. I know now that if I ever piss Steve off too much, I'm out the door and Jackson's in. So But dude, now I think Steve did a phenomenal job with this deck, and honestly, well-deserved #1 spot for the week because this thing is beautiful. The
Thank you,
foil
guys.
across the board on this thing is the shiniest you're gonna see at that $25 price point. And I'm gonna tell you, it was a fun deck for Steve to really run through. I know how much love and energy and effort went into this thing, and I gotta say, it looks gorgeous.
Thank you very much. Yeah, if I could point out one thing that was kind of negative on my side was if you look at the court cards,
Yeah,
the detail in the back is
yeah,
kind of it's there if you like turn it a little bit, but you know, obviously when you're getting a digital proof
yeah.
online, you really can't tell how it's going to print out. It looks perfect on the card,
Yep.
but when it printed, it didn't print dark enough, so it doesn't show as much as I'd like it to.
Okay,
So yeah, so that's kind of like one of the big things that bummed me out about it.
interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I
You
you
could
know,
you,
and
go ahead,
it's your first deck too, so it's a learning experience, and I think that's one of the cool things about it
for
is
sure.
not only is it about the story that sells the deck, it's about the story you get out of it and how your journey continues. You know, it's this fun little cyclical aspect to it there.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I appreciate you guys throwing in that #1 spot. So thank you very much.
Yes, for everyone who's curious, we did not tell Steve what the order of the decks was going to be this week. He had no idea. He knew Visions was going to be in it because obviously you could see that was his hands playing with the deck there. But he had no idea how we were going to rank it out. And I think honestly, it was a well-deserved spot this week because, again, you know, you went up against the GOAT. You went up against Low Trek there. And at a $25 price point, oh man, we lost Jackson.
I think he froze.
At a $25 price point, that really was a spectacular, spectacular deck with all that foil on it. And it
Thank you,
just
man.
goes to show too how much Cardamundi can do with the right motivation there.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, it was really fun. You know, and obviously just being in you know, the top 3 with these other 2 awesome decks. You know, and it's just yeah. I mean, Low Trek and Arc, they're both doing amazing decks, and you know, definitely pick up all 3 of these decks if you guys
And
haven't
see,
already.
you know what happened? Jackson showed the Visions deck to his camera too much, and it had a stroke. It was so shiny,
It burned
so
out the center.
it just froze the whole computer there. But for anyone out there who's just tuning in, make sure to do the exclamation raffle in the chat to get your ticket in for today's raffle. Anyone who hasn't done it yet, we got another minute or two we're going to give to open this up here. And while you're at it too, make sure to drop a comment in the chat and let us know what your favorite deck this week is. Obviously, as with every week, there's also going to be a chance for a mystery deck for anyone who's catching this after the live. So after the live ends, make sure to drop a comment on the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel, and let us know what your favorite deck out of the 3 this week was. I see someone else just dropped another one in there, so there you go. Everyone, make sure to do that exclamation raffle in the chat so you get your point in there. I think we got how many people here? We got about 24, 25 people in the chat, and I'm only seeing about 21, 22 entries there. So for everyone who's down, make sure to do exclamation raffle, and we'll be picking a winner really soon.
Mom, exclamation raffle. That way you get in there.
We might I don't know what your mom's gonna get. She might get the worst deck ever there. But that
She'll love
being
it.
said,
She'll find some positivity in it.
oh man, absolutely love it. Everyone, again, make sure to hit exclamation raffle in the chat. We're going to give you another 30, 40 seconds here to wrap it all up before we close out the raffle and announce this week's mystery deck giveaway winner for the live stream. I'm really excited for this one too, because we actually have some really fun, interesting stuff that we're going to be giving away.
Yeah, dude, we have a lot. Actually, I sent out a bunch to you as well to add into that little pile there.
And I like how Jackson popped in. Jackson, no worries. We love you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on and giving an amazing review for Steve's deck. It really does mean a lot to us, honestly.
Yeah, what happened, man? You can come back in.
It was so damn shiny, it blew up his computer. But for everyone who has not entered the raffle yet, we're going to be wrapping up in about 10, 15 seconds here. And everyone who wins the raffle this week is going to be also getting an OG Deckin Around sticker as we run through the last of these here. So there we go. Ivan, nicely done. Get those raffle entries in. I'm going to be closing it up in a quick second here. I think it's the nice thing about this too is it's one raffle for everybody. So here he is. The man himself returns.
I don't know what happened, dude.
Here we go.
Dude,
I think I opened up this Vision deck and the holographic foil, like the streams crossed and my internet just like blew up. I think I heard a transformer like at the substation like explode.
That is the way to do it. All right, we are closing out this raffle now, everybody. Closing up the entries. There we go. The entries are closed. We're about to pick a winner. Keep an eye on the chat. Oh, look at that. Vandersal got in right before the close.
Right on time.
Nicely done. Nicely done there. We're picking a winner as we speak, and it should pop up in the chat here. So let's see how this works. This is also our first time doing it, so if it doesn't pop up in the chat, I apologize. Let's see. The winner is... Did it do it? Did it do it? Hold on. Did it do it? Let's see.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Nick, it says right here.
Nick Reynolds, congratulations. You won a V2 Deckin Around wrapped mystery deck.
Dang.
And Steve realizes now he has the highlight power, so he used it. Nicely done, Steve. And Nick, make sure to hit us up, show@deckinaround.com. Send us your address. We'll get that mystery deck out to you as soon as possible, as well as make sure to send us the address to send your mystery deck.
Janice
says thank you.
Everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning into this week's top 3. We really appreciate all of your support. Make sure to drop a comment on the video once the live ends so you have another entry to win for another mystery deck going on next week. And tune in next week for another really exciting episode of this week's top 3. We have some fun stuff going on. And also tune in Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we're going to be sitting down with Josh Norbido, the Australian magician. If you haven't seen him, check out his Magic Guys podcast. He's really good friends with Street Magician Dude, Jason Marr, who we had on a while ago. Josh is an awesome, amazing corporate magician in his own right. We absolutely love the dude, and we cannot wait to sit down with him. And also a very big thank you to Mr. Jackson Robinson for coming on tonight to be our guest reviewer. If you'd like to see more guest reviewers on this week's top 3, make sure to drop a comment down below and let us know who you'd love to see, because we always want to know. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out.
Jackson, you got a question, Jackson. What's up?
Jackson, what's up? Your hand? I can't tell if you're stretching or what, bro.
I'm like raising my hands, 3rd grade style.
What's your question?
I was about to say ooh.
If you haven't liked the video, you should rethink your life decisions.
There you go. Absolutely couldn't agree more. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, tune in to every Deckin Around video because you don't want to miss out on all the fun. Obviously, this is a blast here, and you guys want to be part of it. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
December 18th to the 19th. Our 24-hour extravaganza. So stay tuned.
Keep an eye out. There's going to be some fun announcements going around for that. There's going to be awesome prizes, and it's going to be a great time. Another 24 hours with Jackson, and we cannot wait. See you all soon.
Peace. Thank you, everyone.
Shimma.